Lisa thought she was doing everything right. Every month, she sat down with her notebook, tracked her income, and divided it into neat categories: rent, groceries, savings, and a little for fun. But no matter how carefully she planned, she kept running into problems. By the middle of the month, she'd overspend in one category, borrow from another, and feel guilty for not sticking to her budget. The process was stressful, and she often wondered, "What am I doing wrong?" If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of people try to stick to traditional budgets, only to end up frustrated or worse, completely giving up. The truth is, the problem isn't you. It's the budgeting system itself. In this video, we'll reveal why the old way of budgeting fails most people and introduce smarter, science-backed strategies that actually work. Get ready to transform how you manage your money. Number 1. What's wrong with traditional budgeting? For decades, we've been told that budgeting is the key to financial success. Write down your income, divide it into strict categories, and stick to the plan. Sounds simple, right? But for many people, traditional budgeting doesn't work. Here's why. First, it focuses too much on cutting back. Traditional budgets feel like a diet where every dollar is a calorie you have to control. This creates what experts call budget fatigue. Constantly restricting yourself is exhausting and often leads to overspending or giving up entirely. Second, it's too rigid. Life is unpredictable. One month, you might have unexpected car repairs or a friend's wedding to attend. Traditional budgets don't adapt to these surprises, leaving you feeling stressed and out of control. Third, it creates guilt. When you break your budget, whether it's grabbing an extra coffee or splurging on a nice dinner, it's easy to feel like a failure. But money is emotional, and punishing yourself for small mistakes often leads to worse habits, like overspending to feel better. The numbers back this up. Studies show only 32% of people stick to their budgets year-round. And behavioral experts agree. Traditional methods ignore the psychological realities of how we spend money. The truth is, budgeting doesn't fail because you're lazy or undisciplined. It fails because the system itself isn't designed to fit real life. Instead of trying to force outdated methods to work, it's time to rethink budgeting entirely, starting with strategies that are flexible, rewarding, and aligned with your goals. Number 2. The mindset shift. Money as a tool, not a punishment. Most people see budgeting as a punishment, a way to control bad spending habits. But what if you flipped the script? What if you thought of money as a tool to help you build a life you love? That's the mindset shift you need to make budgeting work. Instead of focusing on what you can't spend, focus on what matters most to you. This is called value-based budgeting. The idea is simple. Spend less on things that don't bring you joy and more on what truly matters. For example, if traveling makes you happy, prioritize saving for trips. If eating out doesn't bring as much joy, cut back there. This approach also helps you stop feeling guilty about spending. When your money aligns with your values, every dollar has a purpose. You're not wasting money. You're investing it in your happiness. Research backs this up. Studies from Harvard show that people who spend money on meaningful experiences, like hobbies or quality time with loved ones, report higher satisfaction than those who spend on material things. Here's how to start. Write down your top 3 values: family, creativity, health, etc. Then look at your spending. Are you putting money toward these things? If not, adjust your budget to match your priorities. Budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about creating freedom. When you see money as a tool, not a punishment, you can finally take control of your finances and enjoy it. Number 3. Redefining budgeting. New rules for success. If traditional budgeting doesn't work, what should you do instead? It's time to redefine the rules. These new strategies are flexible, simple, and designed to fit real life. Most budgets start by dividing your income into fixed categories. But what if you started with your goals instead? Reverse engineering means deciding what you want: a vacation, paying off debt, a new car, and then working backward. For example, if you want to save $10,000 for a vacation in 2 years, divide it into smaller monthly savings goals. This approach makes budgeting feel purposeful and exciting. Instead of tracking every dollar manually, automate your finances. Set up automatic transfers for savings, investments, and bills. Once your essentials are covered, the remaining money is yours to spend guilt-free. Tools like Mint or NAB, You Need a Budget, can help you automate your budget and give you real-time updates. Use sinking funds. A sinking fund is a small pool of savings for specific expenses, like holiday gifts or car repairs. Instead of dipping into your emergency fund or regular budget, you'll already have money set aside. For example, saving $20 a month for holiday gifts means no last-minute financial stress in December. Adjust for flexibility. Life changes, and so should your budget. Review it monthly and make adjustments as needed. For example, if you get a raise, increase your savings or investment contributions. If you have unexpected expenses, shift your priorities temporarily. Traditional budgets often focus on what you did wrong, but it's important to reward yourself for progress. If you hit a savings goal or stick to your plan for the month, treat yourself. These new rules make budgeting less about rules and restrictions and more about building the life you want. It's budgeting reimagined. Number 4. Budgeting with emotional intelligence. Money isn't just numbers, it's emotional. How you feel about money often drives how you spend it. That's why budgeting with emotional intelligence is a game changer. First, understand your emotional spending triggers. Many people overspend when they're stressed, bored, or influenced by social pressure. For example, after a tough day, you might buy something online to feel better. Emotional intelligence helps you pause and recognize these triggers. Here's a simple method. Try the pause and reflect rule. Before making a non-essential purchase, wait 48 hours. During this time, ask yourself, does this match my goals or values? Will it bring lasting happiness? Often, you'll realize the purchase isn't necessary. Another powerful tool is mindful spending. This means being fully aware of how each dollar supports your priorities. For example, if family is a top value, spending on a weekend outing isn't a waste. It's an investment in your relationships. Finally, build intentional rewards into your budget. Many budgets fail because they're too strict, making people feel deprived. Plan splurge days or small indulgences to stay motivated. For example, if you stick to your budget all month, treat yourself to a nice dinner or a movie night. Research shows that balancing discipline with rewards makes people more likely to stick to their financial plans. When you use emotional intelligence, budgeting stops being a battle with yourself. Instead, it becomes a way to support your values, goals, and happiness. Number 5. Budgeting for the unexpected. Life is full of surprises, and they're not always cheap. From car repairs to medical bills, unexpected expenses can quickly throw off a traditional budget. That's why you need a smarter approach. Most people rely on a single emergency fund, but this can feel overwhelming. How much is enough? What counts as an emergency? Instead, consider a tiered approach to unexpected expenses. Low-cost emergencies. Create a small fund for everyday surprises, like a parking ticket or minor home repair. Aim for $300 to $500 in a separate account. Medium-cost expenses. For bigger things like car repairs or replacing a broken appliance, save 1 to 2 months of expenses. This fund can grow slowly over time. Major emergencies. This is your safety net for events like job loss or medical emergencies. Experts recommend 3 to 6 months of living expenses here, but you can build it gradually. This tiered system helps you handle surprises without draining your main savings or going into debt. Another tip: use sinking funds for predictable but irregular expenses, like holiday shopping or annual insurance premiums. For example, if your car insurance is $1,200 a year, save $100 monthly, so it's ready when the bill arrives. By planning for different levels of unexpected costs, you create a buffer that reduces stress. The goal isn't to eliminate surprises, it's to be ready for them. This makes your budget more flexible, realistic, and durable. Number 6. The future of budgeting. AI and gamification. Technology is changing everything, and budgeting is no exception. Artificial intelligence, AI, and gamification are making money management smarter, easier, and even fun. AI-powered apps like Clio and Pocket Guard analyze your spending habits, income, and goals to create personalized budgets. These tools don't just track your expenses, They predict your future spending, identify areas where you can save, and even send reminders to keep you on track. For example, Clio can warn you when you're overspending and suggest small ways to save daily. It's like having a financial coach in your pocket. Then there's gamification, which makes budgeting feel more like a game than a chore. Apps like Good Budget or Honeydew reward you for hitting your savings goals or staying within your spending limits. Some apps let you set challenges, like a no-spend weekend, and celebrate your progress with virtual badges or rewards. These innovations are especially helpful for people who struggle with motivation or find traditional budgeting boring. By combining technology and fun, AI and gamification make managing money easier and more engaging. The future of budgeting is about simplifying the process, helping you stay consistent, and turning financial success into a game you actually enjoy playing. Budgeting doesn't have to feel like a punishment. It's not about tracking every penny or saying no to things you love. Instead, it's about using your money as a tool to build a life that matches your values and goals. Remember Lisa? She stopped stressing over every dollar and focused on what mattered most to her. You can do the same. It's time to rethink budgeting and take control of your financial future. Now, if you want to learn how to achieve financial success, then watch this video next. If you made it to this point in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.